a ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and crackers.
Okay, well, my streak began the second game of the second homestand of the 1995 season. I had come to a Blaze game that day, actually the game before, because I received a free ticket on the Name the Team contest. So I decided to take in a game. Later on, after the game, I'm in the bathroom. The game's over, and in comes the official score. And he says, man, I can't take this anymore. And I was like, what's wrong? He said, man, everybody is on my rear end. Every call I make, everybody's questioning it. I can't stand it. I just, I'm fed up. And I go, you know what? For the price of a hot dog and Coke, I'll be more than happy to help you out. Well, the next day I came, started helping out. Long story short, he got really frustrated, threw his pencil down, and walked out of the press box. I looked over at the assistant general manager at the time. I said, what do you want me to do, Susan? And she goes, do you know how to keep the book? I said, sure, I know how. She goes, take over. And it's been 18 years since.
My streak started in 2005, 10 years after Tim's did, so I just passed game number 500. I came out because the Blaze were looking for a PA announcer, and when I had come out, they had asked if I was there to sing the national anthem. Needless to say, I immediately said no, because they did not want to hear me singing at all. So they said, well, go ahead and read this off a little bit. I read it, and after I went through about half the lineup, they said, that's fine, you can stop. I thought I had done something wrong, and they said, when are you able to start? So that was the beginning of the streak.
Leading off for the Blaze, designated hitter, number 4, Billy Hamilton.
As a fan of the game of baseball, one of the greatest things that I enjoy is I get to see ball players that I know about 10% of these guys that are playing in front of me are going to make the majors. First and foremost, the best player I've ever seen come through Bakersfield, through the California League, Josh Hamilton. By far, simply the best. The bar starts with him, and everybody else is kind of below it.
I'd actually come to a couple of minor league baseball games when I first moved to Bakersfield from New York, and having loved the Yankees for so long, just wanted to be able to see some baseball again. When the Rangers took over here is when I started with these guys. And like Tim, I just love baseball, love everything about it, and it's an easy way to get a baseball fix.
My lower right leg was essentially paralyzed and had blood flow issues. There were a couple blood clots. And what happened, the pain was really bad during the 2006 season. And I've always known that the leg was going to get amputated. I was told to expect 5 years. I got pretty much 15 years out of it. That night the nurse called and said, okay, we've got a date set for the 18th. And that's when I realized they wanted August 18th, which was only about 10 days away at this time. And the first thing I thought of was, if that happens, I'm going to miss out, the final 7 games of the homestand. So I literally begged the doctor, if at all possible, can we delay it till past Labor Day? So I did. I got through the season, and a couple days after the season came to an end, off came the leg, and in the off season, dealt with having an amputated leg, finally received my prosthetic about a month before the season started. And come opening day, I was able to get myself up to the press box and continue being the official scorer.
For Modesto, no runs, no hits, 1 error. We're through 1/2 inning. Nuts, nothing. Bakersfield coming to bat.
If you didn't know me or Mike and you first came into the press box and you hear us giving and taking back and forth, you would think that we hate each other. We don't. It's a great friendship, and 70 times a year, it's kind of like my own personal Disneyland. It's the happiest place on earth.
Never get back, let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball